Hello Designs family. In today's video, we are starting an exciting new series where I will be designing a complete homepage for GloPay, a digital banking service using Figma. We will go through the full design process from low-fidelity wireframe to a polished high-fidelity layout. So stay tuned as we dive deep into the design process today. Before we jump into the design, I want to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Pacdora. It's a truly dream platform for graphic designers, packaging creators, and 3D designers, offering a powerful suite of tools that streamline the entire packaging design process from start to finish. With over 3,600 mockups, you can create high-quality, realistic product mockups in just a few clicks. And that's not all. Pacdora also offers powerful tools like die-line generator, 3D modeling software, and AI background generator. Design Sense 3D designers have found these features incredibly useful for product packaging and modeling. Like 3D modeling software with hundreds of models to choose from. You can customize your packaging design in 3D, adjust angles, upload your design and background setting, tweak lighting, or even use pre-made scenes for a polished look. It's easier than any other 3D software. Export it when you are happy with the result. The AI background generator is a total game changer. Just upload your product image, select a style, and let AI create a professional custom background in seconds. It's perfect for giving your design that extra edge. Pacdora has so much more to offer than that we can't cover in this short time. If you are into packaging design and want to make your work easier and more professional, you have got to check it out. The link to Pacdora and a 20% discount code are both provided in the description. Give it a try today. Now let's jump back into the project. So this is the Figma project open where we will design and structure the homepage of the website from low fidelity to high fidelity. So on the top left, I have named the project by GloPay. Down here we have some pages for wireframes, project brief which is from the client where all the information given about each section and other directions. And this is completely dummy just for the educational purpose. And then we have an assets page where we can find the images and illustrations that we will add in the page. So this is how we structure the project, but we have already talked about these kind of topics before. This time we will move a bit faster through these steps since we have covered them in many videos before. So first we will create a frame. I like to add the desktop which is 1440 by 1024 pixels. As always, the first thing is to define the boundaries. Columns grid, we need only one column and we will keep the margin 80 pixels. I will make it blue. You can see the boundaries where our content inside will be. So we are starting from the low fidelity wireframe where we will decide an initial structure of the page by putting just that brief data. In the low fidelity wireframe, we are not caring about alignment and other corrections. We are just displaying content on the screen so that we have ideas for the actual visual design. So if you see in the brief, the first thing is the navigation bar where we have the brand or company logo and those navigation links. So first we will place the logo on the top left corner. This time only the text, 24 pixel and bold. Then we have some navigation links like freelancers. We'll make it regular. Next is business. Then marketplace. Then sign in and register. It will be in one link and we will just give it a drop down arrow. Now we will align and distribute it equally. Okay, perfect. Now we have the hero section contents. First one is the headline. So we will just drag that here. As it's a main hero heading, I will increase the font size to 40 pixels. I think this size is good for it. Then we have the hero paragraph or description. I will set the size of it to about 24 pixels. Later we can change or decide things, but for now it is fine. Let's remove that list style. So after the paragraph, we need to add a CTA button. We will make a small rectangle for it and inside we will write activate account. We can make a button by just text, but it is fine. Align it to the middle and bold. Okay, on the right, obviously we will add a hero image. So for it, we will make a placeholder. We will make a rectangle like this. Then we will make two triangles like this that show the image placeholder. Let me organize it. Okay, we will increase the size of the frame for more contents. So if we see in the second section, we have a heading and 4 main points. Actually, we have a mistake in the brief. It's not the actual heading for this section. We will make it correct later, but for now, we will keep it as it is. So let's copy those points too. We will arrange it like this. And it will be a regular, and we'll remove those list tiles. So for each point, we will place an icon. For now, we will just make small rectangles for each point like this. Before moving to the next, we need a separator for each section like this. Now in the third section, we have a title and these 4 points. So drag the title. But if you see, our hero heading is 40 pixels, which is H1. And these other section titles will be H2 and 30 pixel. You can keep the size same, but I usually structure text on the website like this. Now if we look at these 4 points, thinking that how we can structure that. So if you see, the last is about their application, we will make it bigger to notice more, and those others should be on the front of it. Look, we will organize these first 3 one by one like this. And this one is about the application, so will be on the right. Now let's change the font size of headings. Oh, sorry, I received a call. So size will be 24 pixel and the text size will also be 24 pixel for now. Let me organize it. So here for the application, we will need to make 2 buttons for Google Play and for the App Store like this. And down here we will place an image. Perfect. Next, in the fourth section, we have a title, a paragraph, and a CTA. Basically, it is again a CTA section, so we will drag those contents and organize like we did others. Need a CTA button here, so I will just copy that and will edit it too, like this. Now I think we will place an image placeholder again here like this. Perfect. Then if we move to section 5, we have a title, a small paragraph, and some client logos to present here. Let me organize it as we did others. Now for the client logos, we will just make or design dummy logos. Like for example, Patek is a dummy name, and we'll change the font to a random one. We'll increase the size. Similarly, we will make other dummy logos. Alright, so we have these logos ready. Now let's move to the last section. We can also call it the footer section. We have the company logo and that paragraph again, and these navigation links for solution and about. Just drag it to the frame. So for the logo, I will drag that one again. And that main paragraph that we have in the hero section. Then we will make other links. So the title is solutions. The first one is freelancer, or we can just drag those links and organize it here. Don't need for the log in here. Then we will copy it for the about links. The first one is GloPay, then pricing, investors, carriers, and the last mobile application. Then in the end, I think we will place some social media links or icons like this. Alright, so we have our low fidelity wireframe ready, our initial layout of the page. It is completely fine if you create this on a white paper or to draw on a tablet, but I'm mostly creating low fidelity inside Figma to create the initial layout. So if you see, it is easy to implement any colors, typo, or other effects to the design. So now let's jump to the high fidelity wireframes. We will create a copy of it. We'll name it high fidelity. So before applying any effect, it is important to add the colors and font to the project. So these two are the main colors and those others are for the backgrounds and other elements. Let's add the color. Click on that small plus button. Name it as main 1. Then this yellow, main 2. Similarly to these others. Alright, the first thing is to make the background darker. So we have this color for the background. Now, if you noticed, we can see the text and other dark elements. So we will select all the elements in the page from the layers. And under the selection color, we will make that black to white for now. Great. First thing first is to stylize the navigation. We will place the actual logo. We can find it in the asset page. Just copy it by pressing Ctrl C and paste it here by Ctrl V. We will place it here, but turn on the grid so that we don't cross the boundaries. Okay, for the links, we will change the font first to Sora. I will reduce the size to 20 pixel. As we know that we have the login and register in one link, so we will need to add down arrow icon. We can find it in the feather icon plugin. Here it is. Make it white. Rotate it downward. We will align all these elements and group it by pressing Ctrl G. But the icon is still outside the group. Actually, it is outside the frame. Just drag inside it and group. But we will not use the pure white color. Instead, we will use this light gray. Perfect. Now we will change the font of the hero heading to Sora, and 40 pixel is fine, but I think I need to reduce the line height a bit. Similarly, we will change the paragraph font and the size should be 20 pixel. Obviously, we will not use the pure white. So the CTA height will be 60 pixel and width about 250 pixels. The font size should be 20 pixel and Sora. I will make the text black, not absolute black, but like that background. Now we will apply some roundness, and For the color, we will make it in gradient style by the combination of this yellow and purple color. Looks beautiful now. Let me turn off the grid. We will adjust it. Now it's time to present the hero image, which is always very important and tricky to decide. So if we go to the asset page, we have this isometric style illustration, which obviously you will be thinking about how I created this. If you remember, we published a video about isometric illustration. I will mention the link in the description if you want more details. But don't worry, I'm just revising it quickly. So for example, I have this rectangle. Let's apply a stroke to. So there are some plugins available for isometric elements. You can use any one. There you will find some directions or angle or tilted area that you want to create. You can see how it's changing the angle, but if you see there is a three-dimensional area or extrusion or oblique, I don't know what is the best terminology for it, but there is a plugin called oblique that can help us in that. Here you can apply that area in any direction that you want. For example, I need that area down. I will apply 90 degrees. You can also increase it. So in this way, we are creating isometric illustration in Figma with the help of these plugins. Similarly, if you see the smartphone and those other elements are created in the same way as I described, look at this. So that is very simple. Now we will just copy this illustration to our main page. So in this illustration, we use those colors too that are added in the project already. But before this illustration, I want to add a ground below this. For that, we have this pattern which is made of small squares. The reason I'm skipping this custom illustration is to save your time. Yes, it is simple, but obviously it is very time-taking. Now let me organize the illustration and the text with it. Alright, now we will make some adjustment and enhancement to make this illustration more visible and eye-catching by adding colors and lighting effects. First, we will make some of the letters colorful in this text pattern. Completely random like this. Good. Now we will make a glow effect in this globe. We will create a copy of that circle and will reduce the size a bit. Then we will apply the gradient with the combination of these two colors. Most of the part will be purple. Then we will apply the blur effect. About 30. Then we will create another copy and it will be a bit more smaller. And the blur 20. Perfect. You can see the glow effect inside the globe, but I want to make a light effect on these coins because of that globe. So we will make a shape like this. We will apply the same gradient again. Then again the blur effect. We will adjust it for both the bundles of coins. Looking great. The last thing is to make these lines more visible to mimic like light rays. Apply the gradient and make this end light. And that circle also. Similarly, this one. Now it's looking beautiful. The hero section is completed. We will still come back later to see if there is any alignment or other issue. But for now, jump to the second section. So I want a light gray background this time. I will create a rectangle, something like this much. Here I want a circular surface. Double click, add an anchor point and move it forward about this much. Then click on this option. It will make it rounded. I will change the color. Then we will need to create another copy. We will apply the gradient. We need a linear but horizontal gradient with the combination of these two colors. The purple will be a bit more. Bring it back by pressing Shift Control left square bracket. Then we will move these two anchor points downward. So you can see we have created a nice background object. Now we will stylize the content inside. The title, we will make it black. As I told you before, we have a mistake here. The actual title is Why Choose GloPay. We'll change the font to Sora. 30 pixels for the H2 title is fine. Before the title, I want to make a divider or accent line. I will create two small objects of those main colors. I will speed it up. Now the text we missed in the brief is copied to the clipboard. I will just paste it. That's it. Now we have these 4 points. Drag it and change the color of it. The size should be 20 pixels. Now the important part is to create the icons for each one. As we have the hero image in the isometric style, so we will try to make those icons also in the same style. So for that, we have the plugin called the IsoCons. Here we can find great isometric style icons. Here you can see a lot of icons are listed. There are some options that we can change for our requirements. So we will search for the icons. The first one we need is a shield for a secure transfer. Yes, we will definitely try to customize these icons to best fit for each point. For the second, we need a currency or coin icon. For the third one, we need an icon to indicate a low fee, something like a graph. This is exactly what I'm looking for. For the fourth, we need something to represent business, something like a briefcase or something. Perfect. We will customize and organize it to make it in the same personality. Let's break these text because it's taking too much space. We'll reduce the line height. Like this. Let me turn on the grid to keep the boundaries in front of our eyes. Now if you see, these all icons are in the same direction, which is not looking great. We need to make it random. Let me search again and change the direction to the right. Then we will change this third one. We'll place every icon in front of their texts. Now look, we will apply colors on some of the parts of the icons to make it align with the theme. We will customize it also. It represents secure, but we will make 2 arrows inside the shield to represent the transfer by using a small rectangle and a triangle, and then we will make it union like this. We'll make the stroke of the icons 2 pixels. Again, to change the direction of this arrow, we will use Fade plugin to make the arrows with the same direction. We will adjust the position of the arrows in this way, change the direction, and we'll place it inside the shield. Now we will change the colors. In this way, we will change the colors, customize, and adjust the position of all these icons to make it in the same personality. Alright, so we have created these icons and the second section is completed. Let's jump to the third section. I will move this text outside to make a layout here where we will organize our contents. First of all, the title will change the font to Sora, align it to the middle. We will drag that divider here too. Now here we will make 3 boxes for those 3 points, and for the last one we will use one big box to show about the app there. So look how we can divide boxes to keep equal sizes and spacing. We will create a rectangle equal to our grid width, then divide the whole width on 2 pixels. Then for the spacing between, we will minus 15 pixels from it. Now if we create a copy of it, you can see we left 30 pixel space between these 2 boxes. So we will change the color of it a little lighter than the background, create a copy now, and we will apply some roundness. This one will be bigger, something like that much, and this side we need 3 boxes. We will reduce the height and we'll create 2 more copies. Turn off the grid. Now we will organize the contents. First, change the font of all this text to Sora. Let's drag those texts inside each box. First, we will stylize and make arrangement in this box. So here we need 2 buttons. Create a rectangle. Height should be 60 and width about 200. We will change the color to a dark like background. We will apply a stroke which will be 2 pixels and light gray. Also some roundness to these buttons. And the first, we will write about Google Play. Something like that this app is available on Google Play. We will reduce the line height. I'll make the above text light and in smaller size. And below, Google Play will be bold and bigger than that. We will align it in the middle. On the right, we need an icon for the Play Store. We can find it in Iconify easily, search for it, and here it is. We'll also need an Apple icon for the App Store. We will change the color of the text and also the color of these icons. We will adjust the size of it in the button. Then we will create a copy of this button available on App Store, and we will replace the icon with that apple. We have our buttons almost ready. We will group these buttons by pressing Ctrl G. Now down here we will place that app screenshot that we have already have in the asset panel. Before that, again we'll place this pattern in the background. We will adjust the size and position like this. Now I want to place this app screen in that smartphone mockup. You can reduce the size by scale option, but still we will get miss in some elements. The best way is to export it in PNG and then mask it to that rectangle. Adjust the size and position of this shot and mask it. We will bring that camera to the front. Perfect. Now we will copy it and paste it above this pattern. Let me adjust it. We'll use some color this time, like that yellow and purple. Looking great. On the right side, we need icons for each box. This time we will use a plugin called Iconly Pro. We can find free icons there too. We will change the type to curve. So for the analytics, we need something like a graph, and that is perfect one. For the second, we need something like an invoice. This one is good, but I think we need to customize it for a better message. For the third, we will search for something like currency or coin. I think there is no perfect icon, so we will make a custom one for it. So the first icon is for advanced analytics. We will increase the size of it. The stroke size should be 2 pixels and light gray should be the color. Inside we will change the color of these elements to align it with the theme style. I will place the icon here. Then below should be the title, then the description. We will adjust the spacing and positions. Okay, then the second icon is about invoice. The stroke size should be 2 pixels. Make it light gray. We'll adjust the positions. Now I want to add a dollar icon inside this invoice, which we may find in the feather icons. Here it is. We will make it small and change the color. And also this line will be yellow. Now it is good. Now we will make a custom icon for the last one. First, we will make a coin by drawing a small circle, stroke. Then we will place this dollar icon inside. Then we will make 2 arrows inside. Duplicate it by pressing Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Make it a little bigger. Then delete these 2 sides. By using the pin tool, we will make arrows heads like this. We will make the joints rounded and also the tabs rounded. Now drag that to the third box and we will change the color of these arrows, but I want to keep on yellow. But this is considered as a one shape, so we will delete this one and we'll create a copy of that, rotate, and we'll place it here. Now we can change the color easily because it's too different. Now let me quickly adjust things. Alright, the third section is completed. Now we'll move to the next section. Move these things out of the way. We will create a rectangle for the background which will be equal to the grid layout width. And the height will be something like that much. Apply some roundness and the color should be that light gray again. Now we will place the content, but we will make it left align, not like we did in the low fidelity, because I want to place that person image on the front of this text. We will change the font to Sora. The description size should be 20 pixels. Let me organize it. But we need that divider under this title again. Now we will add a secondary CTA in this section, which will be only in the outline. 2 pixel and roundness 20 pixel. Height 60 pixel and width about this much. We will place that get started here, change the font to Sora, 20 pixel and make it dark. We will adjust the spacing and positions. Okay, on the right will be the image. We will again place this pattern below that image, but we will need to make the lines color very light, like this. We can also make some changes in the pattern by deleting and adding those squares. Now we will copy this image which I took from freepik.com. I will mention the link in the description. So because it is not a PNG picture, we will need to remove the background. For this, we will use a plugin called Remove PG. Just run that and it will remove your image background. You may lose some quality of the image, but it is fine for the most cases. You can also use other tools like Photoshop, or there are many online tools for a better result. Okay, so we have placed the image, but I want to make it black and white. We can do that from here by changing the saturation. Now in front of this laptop, I want to make a tab like this. I will make it white and also a stroke, but in that purple color, and 10 pixels of roundness. Inside we will write payment successfully. I will reduce the size and semi-bold. On the left, we will make a check icon. First, we will create a small circle of 2 pixels of stroke with that purple color. The stroke size will always be 2 pixels. Now by using the pen tool, we will draw a check shape like this. We will make this icon also in the same personality. We will also make the text in the same color and will adjust it. Now we will make a triangle that indicates an arrow to the down to mention the payment is successful by this person. Like this. Make it union and bring forward the text again. Now place this image again. Let's find the best position for each element. Okay, perfect. Let's move to the next section. In this section, we will do a little bit of changes. Like we will change the text font to Sora. Then we need a divider for this title. Now we will make these logos gray, a little contrast over the background. I think we need to make it a little lighter. Now the footer section, we will again create this kind of background for this section, but this time we will use this dark color. So again, we need the original logo to place here in the footer. We will turn on the grid to align it with the boundaries. I will adjust the size and position. Then the description, I will change the font to Sora. Then we have these links. We'll change the font. We will align it and distribute it equally like this. Then in the end, we will add some social links. We will change the title to follow us. Remove it. So we will find some social media links. We can find those in Iconify plugins. We'll search and we'll place there. Alright, so we have completed the footer section. Now we will again see the entire design a few times to make some improvements and correction if needed. So I think we will reduce the opacity to 70% for the paragraphs to keep a clear visual hierarchy, as it helps users quickly spot the important information. But some people see this as a bad experience because it can make the text harder to read. If you are going to lower the opacity, I would suggest not going below 70%. So we will check all the text sizes and also the opacities. We will also check the spacing between sections and other elements. In most of the cases, it is important to keep the spacing between sections equal. For this, we will make a rectangle, and by the help of this, we will keep the spacing of every section equal. Like this. Also, we will see the footer section, text, the size, alignment, opacity, etc. Look, we didn't increase the stroke size of these other icons, so we will increase it to 2 pixels. Alright, this is looking great. Some adjustment and refinement might still be needed, but I don't want to take up more of your time right now. We have taken this homepage design from a rough wireframe to a polished, high-fidelity mockup. Alright, this is looking great. Some adjustment and refinement might still be needed, But I don't want to take up more of your time right now. We have taken this homepage design from a rough wireframe to a polished high-fidelity mockup. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box. If you found this helpful, stay tuned for more design content. See you in the next one.